understand that after this battle, there's another battle. And after that battle, there's another battle. But you got to remember that if he brought me through this battle, he's going to give me the victory of this battle.
End-time worshipers and friends, I'm glad you tuned in with us today. As always, our pastor has a dynamic sermon clip available for you from our 11 o'clock hour. Listen, I want you to go ahead and take a listen to this clip here, and you will be blessed.
That looks good to God's people. It's going to attract the attention of the enemy. Because if it's good enough for us to want, it's good enough for him to have. Look at somebody and tell them, don't let the enemy take your stuff. Yeah, Papa was always had to deal with Brutus. Brutus was never give up trying to gain honor. Look at somebody and tell them the enemy is never going to give up trying to steal your rightful place in the kingdom. You got to understand that after this battle, there's another battle. And after that battle, there's another battle. But you got to remember that if he brought me through this battle, he's going to give me the victory of this battle. It might be a delayed victory, but it's going to be a victory. Tell somebody it doesn't matter if it doesn't come when you want it. You got to keep pushing at this thing. You got to keep fighting at this thing. And the thing I found out at the enemy, he never can face you head on when you really know who you are. He got to do a sneak attack. Have you ever fought somebody to come up from you behind? It's a coward. They're a coward. They know if you got to learn. And I'm not perfect. There's no perfect pastor. The Bible said none of us is perfect. So that means there ain't no perfect pastor. Ain't no one that knows about that. If the word says not perfect, not perfect. So even in my inconsistencies, I'm not perfect. But the thing what gives me courage is that I know God has already died to defeat my enemy. Now, my enemies look bigger than what I am. Matter of fact, yeah. But here's why I get joy, because when he walked in, he said, "Arise, master." He said, "We are surrounded." In other words, he was telling him that there's no reason to fight. There's no reason to try to escape. There's no reason to try to run away. There's no reason to grab your sword, because the more of them is greater than us. Elijah told him, "Hold up, let me correct you on something." He said, "Now, Lord, open his eyes." Here is the importance of not only knowing how to pray, knowing when to pray, and knowing where to pray. Here's the importance of having a covering. Because sometimes we get in situations that we panic, and we need somebody that's more in control to cover us. You got to have a covering. Because it was the covering of the servant that allowed him to allow God to open. Look at somebody and tell them, you got to be under somebody. And the person that you're under got to have somebody. You got to have a covering. Because when you panic, and sometimes you will, your covering's got to be stable enough to tell God to open his eyes. Watch this. He said, "Open his eyes." And immediately God opened his eyes, and what he saw was that the angels in the hills beyond the enemy. Touch somebody and tell them, you got to look beyond your enemy, and you'll see the cavern. Y'all like y'all time. Let one of y'all get in trouble and watch y'all start looking beyond the enemy. Pastor said, look beyond the enemy. Don't wait till situation come to rejoice. Learn how to rejoice before the situation comes. Learn how to start looking for God in the midst of whatever you are in. And watch this. Come in just a little bit further. What made him rejoice is that when he opened his eyes, he saw that the number that was for him was greater than the number that was against him. So he was able to rejoice in the midst of a battle to know that, watch this, those that thought they had the hands on him, put your hand on his shoulder, Adam. Those that was with him had their hand on them. Y'all missed it, yeah. So the Bible said he led the captive. Watch it. When your enemy thinks that he got the upper hand on you, you got to remember that God got the upper hand on your enemy. Look at somebody and tell them, those that think they're going to destroy me is about to be destroyed. So I got to learn how to rejoice. And watch this. When they look at you, they think you're crazy. because you're laughing and they got you surrounded and they ask you what you're laughing at, you tell them y'all are surrounded. The enemy that tried to set me up has been set up by God, and he's about to eliminate everything that's in your life that's trying to call in. All right, y'all disperse. Let me do something else. I'm almost finished. Watch this. The Bible says Elijah went to meet him. He went to meet them. Watch this. One thing I learned is that there is another dimension that we must learn to see into. If we never learn to see into the next dimension, we will never realize the victory that belongs to us, even when we look like we're surrounded. Don't allow folks to make you panic. Don't allow your situation to make you panic. Don't allow what you don't have to make you panic. Don't allow what looks bad and might be bad allow you to panic. Watch this. When he came and he approached him, the same prayer he prayed for the servant was prayed against the enemy. He said, Lord, blind them eyes. Watch this. He didn't literally blind them, but he caused an illusion. Because y'all know, y'all hear people preach, the enemy was blind. They really wasn't blind, because you got to figure that Elijah said, follow me and I'll show you where you need to go. How can 2 men lead 50,000 if they was totally blind? So they wasn't blind. Here it is. They looked at what they wanted to come to get, but God fixed it to where they didn't see what they thought they was looking at. Tell somebody it's an illusion.
Wasn't that an amazing clip there? I told you, family and friends, that our pastor always have a word that is very end time for your life. If you're ever in the Houston area, come worship with us at End Time Ministry. The address is 218 Airtex, Houston, Texas. We want you to be a part of our phenomenal worship experience. Our Sunday school starts at 9:30. We have Monday prayer at 7:30. We have our Wednesday night End Time studies at 7:30, followed by End Time Cafe with wonderful dinner. And also our worship team is always looking for members to be a part. So join us on Thursdays at 7:30. Also, family and friends, I want to make an announcement to you and let you know we have an exciting event planned for the women's department this month. They have their phenomenal women's conference. The date is going to be posted on the screen for you. We want you to come out and be blessed. We have a wonderful banquet. Tickets are $20. If you want, go ahead and inbox us on any one of our media platforms that you see this on, and one of our media representatives will get back with you to give you the information for our women's conference. And as always, we always want to close it with one thing, letting you know that whatever you're going through, understand, it's already done. Have a good one.